For my new subscribers, y'all about to hear a fucking story. From my old school subscribers from day one, y'all about to hear the details of a story y'all already know. What is up, y'all? What's up? It's your boy, Larry, Transcendent Kingdom. All that shit. We back, man. We back up in the building, man. Hey, kids are doing good, man. They're doing well, man.
Well, Kaden isn't putting her football with Daddy. You wanna know booty at the goal facing this football, this right there. Yeah.
You didn't know your dad had boosters like that, did you?
Rematch.
And man, so much has happened, and I want to get into all of it, man. For my new subscribers, y'all about to hear a fucking story. From my old school subscribers from day one, y'all about to hear the details of a story y'all already know, but I'm about to get into it, man. And the story is about the reason why I have not been making videos. Alright, so, most of y'all know that I was married a couple years ago, right? Power couple, right? Social media, everybody was like, damn, man, I want a relationship like y'all's, like, da-da-da. We heard that at least 4 times a day, man, like, easy. And, like, you know, even in real life, people would, like, just be like, man, like, y'all are it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody looked up to our relationship. Like, we had the backstory. Like, you know what I'm saying? We first got together. We got our first apartment together. And we had, like, no furniture, like, literally no furniture. We had a mattress. But we were just so fucking happy because we had each other. Like, it didn't even matter that we didn't have nothing. We literally had nothing. And I'm YouTubing throughout all these days, man. So you can see the growth. And then we have that, and then we move into another apartment. And then we get our first house, like a year and a half. And it's the whole great neighborhood, like dope-ass house. You know, fenced-in backyard, the whole shit, you know what I mean? Like, so everybody was just like, oh my God, like everybody's rooting for us. Of course we had our problems, just like every married couple does, right? And the thing of it is, I'm going to tell y'all like all of the details too. I want to be completely 100% honest, even about the shit that I've done, right? So here's the thing. I want y'all to learn from my experiences and through my trials and tribulations. I want to be transparent because of that, right? In my marriage, did I love her more than more than she'll ever know, right? I loved her so fucking much. And it's important for us fellas to reaffirm our love, you know, to our lady. You know what I'm saying? We don't tell them enough. We don't tell them enough, man. You know, so she didn't feel wanted. She didn't feel loved. She felt taken for granted. She felt, you know what I'm saying, that she wasn't beautiful because she's not. You know what I'm saying? Women need to hear that shit. I don't care if you're dating a supermodel, which to me she was, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't tell her that shit. I should have. You know, in hindsight, I see this shit. But sometimes when you don't tell your woman that shit, you better believe other men are telling your woman that shit. And, you know, she was young, hella young. I was her first real relationship, so of course she's thinking the grass is greener. Now, in hindsight, looking back at it and talking to a lot of people who are older and my age, around my age and shit, that happens more frequently than not. Is when the man is kind of like, you know, not treating the woman like she should, as far as everything I just said. That's not a deal breaker, but you just talk to that person and y'all work through it, because that's marriage shit. Ain't no marriage, you know what I'm saying, gonna come easy. You gotta work at marriage day by day. You gotta work at it. You gotta work at it. And so you can't run when you have trials and tribulations, man. That's not a ride or die. So anyway, back to the story. So she felt unwanted. She felt like she wasn't pretty. Nobody was giving her attention like that as far as me. So I mean, there was a supervisor who she hated when she first got this job, right? She used to like come home, tell me how goofy he looked, show me pictures of him. We'd laugh together about him, all kinds of shit, right? Well, one day we get into an argument, and she's like, yo, I'm gonna go stay at my grandma's house because, you know, I just need some space and time to think. Now, this fucked me completely up, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you some context. We are talking about the sweetest girl in the world that I've ever met in my entire life, who stepped on a tree frog and cried for 3 fucking hours, even though it was an accident. A girl who, when we get in arguments, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucking leaving. Like, you know, see how a man do. Like, we gonna come back. Be like, oh, I'm out of here. She would fall to the ground, grab me with my ankles type shit. To fast forward, all of a sudden, now you're going to your grandma's, right? I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. So she goes stay at her grandma's house, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, she gonna be back, and like, in a couple, see, that's where men fuck up. Like, she gonna be back, you know, so this and that to the third. Day went by. Another day went by. Another day went, like, by each day, I'm getting more and more fucked up, right? More and more fucked up. I love this girl. Like, it's my wife. Like, every time she comes to get clothes or whatever, I'm trying to talk to her. Like, let's talk this out. Like, I'm sick. Like, come on. Like, please. Like, groveling. All that shit, man. Like, I've never been that way in my life for anybody. Like, I've never been that way. And I would go over to her grandparents' house was like a block away, literally. I'd go over there around 10:30, 11:30, 12. Her car wouldn't be there. Let me give you some context. She was not about that party life. We were married, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't about that party life. I didn't go out like that. She didn't go out like that. Hell, if we went somewhere other than the bathroom, we was together. Even sometimes in the fucking bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, we were like always together, you know what I mean? Like, so for her not to be there, like, be out doing whatever, God knows what, doing the most at that late, I was like, fuck, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew something was off. So, I could say this shit now, whatever. Like, court case over. So, like, I would go do cardio in the morning at a certain park. You know what I mean? And I got a tip, an anonymous tip, that there's some shit going on at the park. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just do cardio. Fuck it. Now, I was there before anybody was at the park. Disclaimer. At a certain time I was at the park, you know what I'm saying, her supervisor pulled up, separate. She was in our SUV, keyword R. He pulled up, you know what I'm saying, and they would jump in our SUV and do their thing and leave separately to go to work. The same supervisor that she hated, who always gave her shit, who, you know what I'm saying, she clowned and all this shit, right? And when I tell you that shit fucked me up to see that shit fucked me up. Like, you know how you love somebody and you know you love them, but when you see them do some shit like that or they leave, like, that shit will fucking kill you. One of my friend's moms sees her at the park in the car with her supervisor. I didn't know it was her supervisor at the time. I just, you know, my friend's mom was describing this person that she was in the car with, and that was enough for me just to be like, you know what, fuck you, fuck this shit, fuck you, I'm fucking done, and this and that. And then, of course, like, you know, an hour, like a day later, I'm like, man, come on, we gonna work this out, whoop-de-woo. And she was doing the most and this and that, and saying I was crazy. So she went and tried to get a protective order. Well, when you get a protective order, you get a court hearing. So the order is not enforced until you can prove it's a court hearing. So I'm freaking out thinking that it's enforced. So I'm freaking out, I get an attorney and all this, and then my attorney's like, this is just a court order, go home. I'm like, Like, you have every right to be at the house. Like, it's your house. Like, go home. So I went home and told her, and she was doing the most and ranting and raving, trying to put her hands on me, throwing my keys out in the yard, all kinds of shit, man. So she goes and comes back, and she's like, now you really have to leave. And she had an EPO, bro. What an EPO is emergency protective order. The police department has to enforce that because in the past there were women who were getting EPOs and then not making it to court because they were getting killed. So they have to take that very seriously. It's like a bomb threat. Like when you yell, but like a bomb threat, you have to take that shit seriously. So I was removed from my fucking house, man. And like that shit killed me, man. That fucking killed me, man. Having police show up. Police showed up 3 times. One time I called, one time she called, third time was the EPO. All 3 times, the cops was mad cool. Like they was on my leg, like, we see this all the time. Like, you need to leave these young girls alone. Like, we know you're a good dude, we know you didn't do shit, but we gotta come out here anyway and leave these young girls alone. And the first time, there was a female officer that came out. It was one of the officers was female. She literally hugged me and cried right in front of my wife and hugged me because she had gone through the same exact fucking shit as what I'm going through now. And she empathized with me. You know, it might have been like, you know, unprofessional, whatever like that, but I'm just trying to give y'all a backstory and trying to create, you know, so I'm saying, so y'all can kind of understand. I don't want y'all to feel sorry for a brother, but I'm just letting y'all know what happened, right? So, in the midst of all this, I get removed from my house, live with my parents and shit like that. She's doing the most, you know, supervisor, all this shit. And I had my neighbors watch my house because I did not want, you know, her bringing random dudes in my house and shit like that. And I'm just falling apart. Making a long story short, we go to court. Of course, you know, holds no weight. Let me tell you what she wrote in the EPO. Because you got to write some convincing shit to get that EPO, right? So she said that I was a Marine, I was a competitive bodybuilder, and she was scared for her life, and that I threatened to rape her. So in the midst of her coming to getting clothes every now and then while I'm sitting at the house, we got on the topic of, I'm being totally transparent with y'all. Why do we not have rough sex? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never had any complaints until now. And she, why don't we have rough sex? I'm like, fuck, what I have to do? Like, put a ski mask on and like break in or some shit? And from that comment, she took that and turned it into, I threatened to rape her. I threatened to break in the house while she's there and rape her. Now, you have to understand my mental at this point. This is the sweetest girl I'd ever met in my life. This was my dream girl. This was my wife. She was all these things to me. To this person, trying to get me locked up, trying to get me kicked out of my house. You know what I'm saying? Because I caught her cheating. Not once, but twice. I saw a charge on my phone, on my PNC bank app, a hotel charge on the joint account. The fuck? So I'm calling the fucking hotel like, yo, you got a so-and-so at this hotel? And they're like, sir, we really can't tell you the information. So I made up a lie. I tell you, like, yo, I have her medication. She needs her medication. She's been off her medication, blah, 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 blah. So they did the most. They weren't supposed to tell me, but they told me, like, yo, she's here. And I was like, well, I need the key. I need to get up in there. And they're like, well, sir, we can't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, she needs her medication. She's like, well, if you bring me a prescription bottle with her name on it, I'll get you. They ain't supposed to do that shit, but I wasn't saying that. I wasn't going to say shit. So I go up there, get the room key, go up to the door, listen, hear the shit going on in there, flip the damn room key, but the latch was on there. God was with me that day. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had gotten that motherfucking room, excuse my French, I would have fucking... That dude would have touched every fucking wall in that motherfucking building. I ain't trying to be no street dude, sound like I'm hard, none of that shit. But you mess with my fucking family, yo. Like, you would have fucking touched every motherfucking wall in there. So, I hear her, she says, go away, leave, there's nobody in here, whoop-de-woo. When the people from the front desk come up and say, sir, you have to leave, the gentleman in the room said that you're disturbing them. I mean, this dude, like, I'm going through a whirlwind of emotions. So, you know, as weeks go by, I'm getting more and more depressed. I'm losing weight. I end up losing a total of 40 pounds. I'm passing out on my floor in my house because I'm not eating. Like, all this shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I remember, like, the person that brought me out of it was Kaden and Marley's mom. And let me tell you something about her. essentially what my ex-wife did to me, I did to her, minus all the EPO, all that bullshit. I didn't cheat on her, but I did some crazy shit to her, and nothing physical before y'all say anything. So she had every right to hate my guts to this day. She was the only one that called me that I answered the phone because I thought something was wrong with my kids, and every day she would call me, talk to me every day, and then finally she's like, "You need to get up, get over here and see your kids." I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to see them for a couple reasons. My kids loved her so much, they would run past me to get to her. She was the greatest, like, stepmom you could ever fucking ask for. My kids loved her to death. And I could not face them because they reminded me of her. As a coward, right? I know this. But I finally pulled up in front of my kid's house and I broke down. And then I guess their mom kind of picked up on it and she sent them out there so they came running to the car. I'm trying to keep it together. I opened the door, they run up and hug me, man. And when I tell you, man, like, oh God, they're used to seeing their dad, their champion bodybuilder dad, who they brag to their friends about, and now they're seeing this broken half of a man, and they just still just love me unconditionally and said it's gonna be okay, and gave me the biggest hugs, and I'll never forget that. And that's when I started to kind of get my feet up under me again. But even still, man, every bodybuilding show I've done after that has been half-massed because my mental wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that I've done, like jobs, like my mental wasn't there. I've lost jobs. Like, all the way up until this point, man. To this day, I still have dreams that, you know, I have my family, my wife's laying next to me. I'm going to wake up, you know, on Saturday mornings with my kids running around and, you know, me and my wife cooking, you know, for them breakfast. To this day, I have those dreams. Hell, with that, like within a year of us splitting, she's already married again. Now she's pregnant. She's got her own house. God bless her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still like, that shit still fucks with me, right? And I'm being transparent because I want y'all to learn from this, man. If it's not too late in y'all's relationship, man, don't fucking do what I did, man. Give your woman everything. Fuck pride. Fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cry in front of her. Tell her how much you love her. Tell her how beautiful she is. Tell her all these things, man. I'm telling you right now, it will make a difference in your relationship. So that's why I haven't been filming. That's why I haven't been putting out videos. I mean, I literally lost everything in the past few years. I lost my house, and that fucking killed me. Worked so hard to get that fucking house, and I lost my house. I lost fucking everything, man. And I got a new place now, but I lost my house like a few months, like about a month, 2 months ago, 2-3 months ago. Had to move back in. My parents at the age of 32 living in their basement. Like, I was a ground fucking zero. And just depressed, man. They all over again. Hit rock bottom. I'm still not out. Like, here's like a big ass fucking mountain, right? And the mountain's like straight up and down. And I gotta climb this mountain. But there's a bear running towards me. That's the kind of situation I'm in. But once I get to the top of that mountain, like, it's all downhill from there. I've made it. So this is my last little obstacle. And I got this big ass bear coming. And so it's kind of fucking scary, but it's almost also my last obstacle. It's where I'm at right now. So I'm like right fucking there, you know what I mean? But I'm fucked up over, you know, my ex-wife, all that shit like that. I don't care if she sees it, whatever. Like, you won, ooh, I don't care. Like, but no, she got the family that she wanted. If you truly love somebody, you want them to be happy. So I struggle with that. Some days I hate her with all my heart. Some days I'm like, yo, you gotta fucking just accept things for what it is, and you have to let her be and let her live. But on a lighter note, anyway, I look to be competing again in 2020, getting this fucking pro card. It's been eluding me because of this shit, right? But I'm gonna try to get this shit under control. Your boy, you know, on some Samson shit. Got my locks reattached. Y'all don't even know you can do it. For those of y'all who think this is a weave, fuck y'all. It's not a weave. For those of my OG subscribers, you know that I used to have locks. I grew them for 7 years. I cut them, kept them, and just got them recently reattached. So, with that being said, you know, your boy's making changes in his life or whatever. And I appreciate support. I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart. I love every single one of my subscribers. I love y'all to death. Everybody's liked the video. Everybody's ever commented. Everybody who's ever subscribed to my channel. I love y'all. I got love for y'all. And I'm going to come back with some more content for y'all. And transcend your kingdom, man. And always make your next move your best move, man. And I'll holla at y'all.